Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins. This is sitting 1.5 in favor of the Dolphins. No total listed because we don't know if Tyreek Hill is going to play or not. My guess would be yes, because if he had the choice to play today or not, an extra week, I'm guessing, gets him in the game. But he means so much to a total that they're not going to post that until we get at least some sort of idea as to what's going on there. So 1.5 in favor of the Dolphins right now.
I like the Cowboys. We talked about how bad this spot was for Dallas this week going into Buffalo. To me, this is a good spot. You're going to have max motivation here for Dallas after getting walloped by Buffalo up there. I think you're going to hear a lot about the tackling for Dallas this week. They were not able to tackle at all. And what have we seen Dallas consistently do? Feed off teams with bad offensive lines. This Miami team's offensive line is severely banged up right now. I think they're going to have the opportunity to be able to get after Tua here. And when you take Tua off his spot, when you get him out of rhythm, that's when you get bad Tua. This is a scary one, kind of like the under 51 as well, because these are two pretty good defenses. And if Dallas slows down Miami and Miami's defense plays like it has the last couple of weeks, they're going to be able to slow down Dallas a little bit as well. So I'm going to play Dallas like the under.
Yeah, it's interesting for me. The Tyreek Hill stuff, I would have to pump the brakes until I know what's going on with him. He just means so much to this team. And you look today, and I know it was an opponent that wasn't presenting any sort of fight on the offensive side. But listen, we've said one thing about the Jets, though, that the defense has continued to show up. They have continued to show up and play hard. And the Dolphins made it look easy a bunch of different times against them. Of course, Waddle just goes crazy today. And so I do wonder, whenever we look at this Cowboys team that was really just kind of beat up, the Dolphins have the most rushing touchdowns in the NFL, right? I mean, I understand a lot of that's just coming from short range whenever they get down there through the passing game. But I'm not willing to say that the Dolphins can't take advantage of what seems to be a pretty big hole there and pretty big leak on the Dallas Cowboys defensive line.
That's going to be the big story in the game, right? I mean, if they can run the football against this Dallas team, it's going to make them tough to beat. This may be my Dolphins fan living in me.
Yeah.
Every time they go into one of these games, they don't show up.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they can't handle the defense in the right way. They're not able to protect Tua. All of a sudden, you just got these situations where Miami's trying to chase points. They give up points early, and then they try and chase them. I have Dallas power rated 4 points higher than Miami right now. And that to me means that I should have Dallas as a short favorite in this game. Now, I have not adjusted for this week, and Miami's going to go up a little, and Dallas is going to go down a little, so that gap will close. But I've got Dallas a pretty significant edge over Miami, and now I don't have to worry about a situational spot like I did with Buffalo.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally get it. And this is a pretty interesting game just from an outside perspective for us as we move forward, too, with these teams, right? Because here is this Dallas team we're talking about going outdoors on the road. Can they bounce back after a pretty terrible loss, right? And then you have this Dolphin squad that, as you said, it seems as if time and time again they have found ways to lose these type of games and haven't been able to really take that next step. And so for two teams that are definitely going to make the playoffs and two teams that, again, we say the AFC is pretty much anyone's ball game. So the Dolphins certainly have aspirations of winning the AFC. And then the Cowboys, I still think, even after that loss today and even after with what's going on with the Eagles, I think they still think that they could get to the Super Bowl as well. I don't think so, but that's, they would tell you something otherwise. So I think for our grand kind of overview of both of these teams, this game is pretty awesome for that, because the things that you would want to pick apart against Dallas, we're going to get to see. It's on the road. It's a long travel. It's an outdoor game. It's against a team that teams have had success against the defense. So, can Dallas do what they need to do?
Yeah, I guess I'm not going to put this in the account right now. Because for multiple reasons. Okay, first off, the situational motivation spot I think is very good for them. But they did just go to Buffalo, and now they're going to Miami. That's back-to-back trips. That's not great. Miami had the Titans at home, the Jets at home, now have the Cowboys at home. So 3 straight home games. That's a positive spot for Miami. And I'm not going to lose the 1.5. Right? It goes to pick. I'm like, okay, that's not as big of a deal as a 4% difference, right? If it goes to 3, it's a huge edge for me. I kind of think there might be Miami money now that I think about it.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.